Some smart endgame play really turned around that game for white. Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen. Often, e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to capture. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Ruy-Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide exchange or retreat. Bishop a4 safely retreats the bishop while keeping pressure on. d6 defends the e5 square and allows the light-squared bishop. d4 gains space in the center and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. d6 defends the e5 square and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. d4 gains space in the center and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. b5 attacks the bishop, breaks the pin on the knight, and gains space on the queen side. Bishop b3 retreats the bishop to a safe square while keeping control of the a2 g8 diagonal. Knight takes d4 captures the pawn and attacks the b3 bishop. Knight takes d4 captures the knight. E takes d4 recaptures the knight and controls c3 and e3. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory, played by top. This permits the opponent to capture a pawn and win material. That pawn capture will win material after all. The bishop is kicked by a pawn, and the correct move is developing the bishop. Developing the knight and increase. The pawn is now adequately defended. A very strong play. This overlooks an opportunity to develop a knight. This maintains the balance. A clear recapture. This overlooks an. This misses an opportunity. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. The game was close to balanced, but now white is worse. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Advancing the pawns in front of the king. This misses an opportunity to move a piece to safety. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This misses an opportunity to move. This defends. This loses a pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a free pawn. This allows the opponent to capture. That was a free knight. This kicks a queen. This loses a bishop. That bishop was free for the taking. This evades the check from the queen. That bishop was. This loses a bishop. This kicks a queen. This loses a bishop. That bishop was free for the taking. This evades the check from the queen. That's fine. This leaves a pawn without defense. This allows the opponent to capture a bishop and win material after the follow-up trade. Taking that bishop wins material after the follow-up. A clear recapture. A straightforward recapture. This defends the attack pawn. One of the best moves. This protects the attack. This move puts a solid choice. This wins time by threatening a knight and this defends a knight. After all a clear recap. This offers to trading pieces. A straightforward recap. A very strong. A clear recapture. White's piece. This overlooks an opportunity to win a pawn through a fork. This moves the bishop. This evades the check. This move puts the rook. That pin will win a bishop. This creates a pawn check. That bishop capture will win material after a straightforward. A clear recap. This is the only move that works. Very precise. This overlooks an opportunity to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. This maintains the balance in material. A straightforward recap. This is the only good move. This is the only move that works. One of the best moves. This is the strongest. That was a very strong play. That was a free pawn. The passed pawn moves right on target. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the only good move. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. The pawn reaches the back rank and promotes to one of the best moves. A solid choice. This steps away from the checking. A very strong. One of the best moves. This steps away from the checking. A solid choice. A very strong play. One of the best moves. Very precise. Pushing a passed pawn. White will be winning a. This misses a better way to evade the check. This is a fair. This evades. This misses an opportunity to promote a pawn to a piece. That pawn was free for the taking. This steps away. A very strong play. This steps away. This is the strongest option. This continues down the road to right on target. And the game is over.